Hey guys, so I filmed this video yesterday answering a question, and I didn't realize that you can't post IGTV videos that are longer than 10 minutes, so I'm going to try and film the answer again in less than 10 minutes. But the question was, how do I start charging for shoes and stop doing TFP work, which is like trade for print, or just like working for free basically. So with a slight caveat being like, as a photographer, I think it's always important to be updating your book with like creative work that kind of shows like the work you want to be doing. And I found that like collaborating with people is like one of the best ways of networking, because like I keep moving to different places and like having to almost like restart my photography business in each new place. And the way I always do it is I will just start reaching out with people to collaborate with in that place and just trying to build up a book that way. So you're meeting people, working with people, and building those relationships, which I think is a huge part of building your business. And networking and marketing is like building strong relationships and getting to know people in the industry around you. But that said, obviously, like at some point you want to stop working for free and start charging for your work. So I found the way I first started charging for work was like when I started, I was just shooting tons of stuff for free. And at the point that I started charging was when I just had so many people constantly asking me to shoot for free that I was just like, no, I'm not shooting for free anymore. Like I've kind of built up a bit of a book and I want to start getting paid for my work. So this felt like such a scary step at the time, but when people would ask me to shoot for free, you just have to start saying no to them. And I know that sounds really obvious, but sometimes it feels a little bit scary to say no to people, or I struggled with this at least. And so when you start getting so many inquiries from people asking to shoot for free, you just have to start saying no and being like, no, I know that I'm new, but like I do need to charge a little bit, or like these are my rates. Like you can start at a rate that you're comfortable with, and just really being quite selective about what you choose to collaborate on. If you feel like it's really going to benefit your book, or you're going to be able to use that to market yourself to the ideal clients you're aiming for, to show you can do that specific kind of work, I would say yes, shoot that for free if you want to. And everything else that's not exactly that, I would say no. Start telling those people like, I'm like, just start telling them, be like, look, I'd love to talk with you further, like to discuss my rates. And when you're trying to figure out how to price yourself, this was also a tricky one, because I was like, do you just look at what everyone else is charging? Like, I have no idea. But a formula that I've been working off of now that I think is actually so amazing is I add up everything it costs me to be a photographer, like gear, website, all of that stuff, have that number, and then come up with a number that you want to make from photography this year. This can be totally individual, up to you. Like you can just pick a random number, and like it doesn't have to be your whole income. Like it's kind of unrealistic to expect you're gonna make like your entire income from photography like when you first start charging for stuff. But like let's just say, like, ballpark number, you want to make like $1,000 from photography. So you take $1,000 plus all the money that it cost you to be a photographer. And then, because I think it's always great to start implementing like sound business practices like the sooner rather than later, and so I would add on 15% for tax to put away. You're probably not going to be paying tax yet, but this is just like a good practice that I think to get into. So when you're making more, you're not like, oh my god, like how am I going to pay for my taxes or whatever. This number is also going to be different depending where you are. This is just a number that my accountant gave me, so I would put aside, add up all that numbers, add 15% onto it, whatever that number is, add them all up together, take that number, and then divide it by the number of shoots you want to do in, like, say, whatever the period of time is, like a year, what you realistically think that you want to do in that year. Or yeah, like it's kind of hard to say this because like there is some numbers in there that are going to be very dependent on you and your goals and what you think you can feasibly do. So let's just say you've got your number, and say you want to do 12 shoots that year that are paid. So you take that number divided by 12, and that is the cost of each shoot that you would charge to people. hopefully that kind of made sense. But I just found it was great to have a formula to come up with, so that way you were like, yes, this is a number that's specific to me. Don't get too hung up on the number. If you go past it, great. If you don't hit it, great. It's just great to have a target of what you're aiming for, because when you know what you're aiming for, you have a direction to go, and then you're like, oh, okay, I need to do this to get that many clients, or I need to do this. So yeah, hopefully that helps with making the transition into paying for shoots. And I realized I had to speak very fast in this video because I was like, there's a lot of stuff, I really want to get it all in. Hopefully that's helpful for you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.